Hi everyone and welcome to the General Hospital recap for October 25th, yesterday's General Hospital recap. As always, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos or recaps, and also be a beauty and hit that bell down below so you get notified every time we upload a new video or recap. It is now raining even harder. It started raining, but I'm out here filming so I can put the umbrella up. We're just making this work. Let's get right to it. At Crimson, Michael comes in to talk to Nelle. He's being kind of passive-aggressive nice, which is weird for Michael. She's good at being what people need her to be. What does that mean? She was always so convincing. Sonny couldn't even see her coming. He just found out that she spent almost a year in a mental hospital. She feels judged. She feels very attacked right now. Laganja Chandra, hey. Michael says his brother was in a hospital and he doesn't hold mental illness against people. And she's like, no, I had a breakdown. I'm not mentally ill, which sounded kind of judgy on her part. And he asked why she had a breakdown. She's afraid to get hurt and she winds up in these lies, and then it gets to be too much. And she's not like him or Morgan. There wasn't a fancy hospital she could go to and no parents to help her clean up the mess. And she says he has to stop digging up her past. Michael was just trying to help, but she feels attacked. What if it was reversed? Is there something he's never told her? Something he regrets? Oh, honey, you do not want to open that can of worms. Yeah, there's been one thing. Why didn't he ever tell her? Well, I guess they both didn't make a full disclosure. Okay, now this is like her third non-disclosure though. Like, and every time he says, is there anything else? And she could say, yes, there is something else, but I'm not ready to talk about it right now. Like, I'm not saying she has to tell him everything. Like, this is super sketch. He would forgive her, but there's nothing to forgive. He'll respect her privacy. She has to trust him, and she has to trust that, like, he's not going to leave her if she tells him something. And then he gets a notification from work. There's a meeting on fracking. Well, who set that up? And as Nelle leaves, she's all smiling, kind of ominously, like, yeah, I just got away with something. I just got away with something. At the sauna that we're apparently all going to now. You know, I'm in an opposite of a sauna because I'm cold and there's moisture in the air, except it's cold rain. Maxie finds Nina there and wants to be rehired. Maxie gives her her employer package. She has an exclusive that no one else has, inside the world of Ask Manlanders. The article would focus on their true partnership and their marriage. Nina says that Maxie wasn't part of the Manlanders brand, and she's like, but I always have been. I'm the glamour. She tells Nina that Nathan is on board, even though Nathan hasn't heard about this yet, because we know there's something going on there. Nina already knew that she was going to rehire Maxie, though. This is a great idea, but please respect her marriage to Valentine and, like, Charlotte stuff. And it's like, okay, we're all over it, Nina. You get over it. You respect the Charlotte stuff, actually. Maxie asks why Nina changed her mind. She says her new boss, Jason Morgan. I love this so much. I love it so much. At General Hospital, Nathan comes into the hospital and runs into Monica. He tells her he's quitting the advice business. It's much more intensive than he had anticipated. He had to take a statement from someone in the hospital. That's why he's here. He finds Amy. He hasn't told Maxie yet about retiring from Ask Manlanders. Amy was FaceTiming with Chet real fast. Yes, that's Ask Manlanders behind her. They are friends. She's going to go now. She'll call him when she's on her break. Amy feels conflicted. She's going to miss, you know, the Ask Manlanders stuff, and he is too. Chet doesn't know what Amy was doing. He thinks the VA is paying for his treatment too, and doesn't know that she's Ask Manlanders. Nathan says that it was an honor to be part of her brand. At Ava's, Ava looks up Jason Morgan. Yep, that's him. There's a knock on the door. She closes everything down. It's Griffin. She totally forgot about dinner. How do you forget about dinner with Griffin? Well, I guess if you're embroiled in like a stranger from Russia situation. Griffin's like, hey, it's okay. You know what? Why don't we just hang out here and order in? That way it's easier. They can relax and take it easy. And she's like, oh, so no one sees us in public? He's like, well, it would avoid awkward questions. But then she looks more into it, and he didn't mean it like that. He didn't mean that he didn't want to be seen with her. Just like if she wasn't ready to go out, they can just order in and chill. You know, Netflix and chill. Ugh, I hate that I said that about them. I hate it. So he's new at this, and he's clumsy, and he apologizes. And like, I don't like this, but I like him, and I'm starting to have this weird feeling right here that I'll talk more about in a second. Ava feels like she's the training wheels to his new life amongst us mere mortals. He says that she's reading into this way too much, and she says, you know, I'm busy as of a half hour ago. She's turning him down not because of what he said. She's getting answers about him, the sketch. And Griffin's like, hey, I know that guy. Ava's like, yeah, he was really interested in Jason Morgan because he is Jason Morgan. She tells him about the Sonny note, and she tells him about the pre-2012 sketch of Jason and what he looks like. At J. Sam's place, Jason is getting all dressed up, and Danny's like, whoa, Dad. Whoa. Things are changing, and it's a very good change. They can explain it to the kids. They'll be making shows and magazines, and Danny wants to come up with ideas for shows. And, you know, Jake, he'll probably want to come up with ideas too, because he's very artistic. And they're like, of course. And when you grow up, this company can be yours. Sam is terrified. No, exhilarated. This is also crazy. What if they fail? And he says that they won't fail. Sam is all dressed up now. She wants to go over some questions that potential advertisers and investors might ask. How long have you considered this venture? Stuff like that. And he tells her, look, even before Julian was convicted, he thought Julian would sell because, you know, just cover all his legal fees. So he's really been thinking about this since then, and she's still worried about the feds. Monica comes over. Olivia is going to take the kids, and Monica is going to go to the party. Monica gives Jason something from her and Alan. Cufflinks, a snake consuming itself. Fun, but it's supposed to represent rebirth, but honestly, that's just really, like, creepy. Alan's biggest regret was that he could never reconnect with Jason, but he'd be so happy that he's cutting off ties with Sonny and doing his own thing. And she thanks him for choosing this life, and Sam is in the background, and I don't think she likes this. I don't think she wants this. I think she thought she wanted this, but now that it's here, she doesn't. And now the moment you've all been waiting for. At the safe house, Sonny comes in with a gun. Patient Jason is there. They point guns at each other. Oh my goodness. What? Okay, so just saying, for the sake of this scene, I am going to be calling Patient Jason. Sonny asks who he is. He looks like Jason, and he says, I am Jason. Someone else and Sonny's like, but someone else has been Jason for 2 years. And he's like, he's wrong. He's Jason. Oh my goodness. This is going to get really confusing. Jason puts his guns down. Jason was concerned, so that's why he has these guns, and that's why he brought a gun to the meeting, because he might need to hold someone off. And Sonny's like, well, where have you been? He says he woke up in a clinic in Russia. It feels like he was only gone 3 or 6 months. He lost track of time. He called on the private line, or at least he tried to. Ava Jerome, he gave the number to, and she had given the number to Klein. Klein and his people were the ones drugging him, and Sonny asks who they are, and Jason doesn't know. He had a lot of help getting out. Ava, a Russian priest that I know they said the name of, but I didn't write it down. He helped him stow away. The guns are from the guys who were after him. He knocked those guys out and robbed them. Why did he go to Ava for help and not Sonny? And Jason's like, I did go to you. I went to your house. I put in the override code. He didn't recognize any of the guards. They wouldn't have recognized him. And then he went to see Sam. He knows it wasn't fair of him to do that, but it's what he did, and she wasn't home. And then he let himself in, and it only felt like he was gone for 5 minutes. Sam showed up when he was on the terrace, and he was going to talk to her, and then her husband showed up, and he didn't realize that Sam thought he was Jason. Like, he was Jason at first. He's happy that Sam's happy, that she's not alone. He figured all this out when Ava started venting about him buying the company. This guy had facial reconstruction, and Carly figured out it was him. Sonny says there was DNA and scans. He knew things. He knew things only Jason could know. And Jason's like, but I'm Jason Morgan. I am not this guy. And he asks Sonny if he knows that. He's his best friend. He's his brother. Please tell him he knows him. And like, my heart is breaking into a million pieces. And I'm just like, oh my goodness. I know I was railing against it because, you know, the way things were happening wasn't making this a happy return to the show, but I'm happy. I love Steve Burton. I've met Steve Burton. I really, in my heart of hearts, once he's on my screen, I am happy to see him. And now end scene. In the sauna, what the F with this sauna? Nathan's there now with Maxie. She had invited him and rented the place out for an hour. She's going to tell him her good news, and he has good news. He's done. Ask Man Landers is over. And she's like, no, you're going to continue with Ask Man Landers. None of this being over stuff. So Michael's still at Crimson, and Nina comes in, and he apologizes for conducting business in Nina's office, which was like texting and taking a call. Oh my goodness, he's so polite. He's too polite. And Nina's like, oh, you're good, and I'll see you at the launch party. And he's like, oh no, the theater tickets are for tonight. And Michael thanks her for the tickets and for pulling some strings and getting them these amazing tickets to Dear Evan Hansen. And she's like, what tickets? I didn't pull any strings. I didn't get any tickets for you and Nelle. Like, I don't know what you're talking about, but have fun. And then Carly texts Michael, are you moving in with Nelle? She implied you were ... which you don't want your mom to write a ... My mom doesn't, or she like does it in a fun way, but like, you don't want Carly to be writing ... And he's like, because now this is another lie, and what? Nell's talking to his mom about something they haven't discussed. What? Griffin will try and talk to Sonny, but what would he say to him? Like, and Ava doesn't think patient 6 is dangerous. Griffin thinks they should call the police. Griffin, come on. You're dating a mob lady. You're not gonna call the police. What are you even doing? Port Charles, Jason and Sam are gonna head out. Sonny is confused, and Jason says, screen me any way you want. He can't explain this other guy. He only knows himself. He goes through the history. 1996. He taught him everything about the business and life, and he would never turn his back on him. He would never buy a media company and leave Sonny. He would never not be with Sonny. And Sonny shakes his hand. He knows he's Jason. They hug, and like, I've hugged Maurice Bernard. I know it's wonderful, and it's so wonderful, and I'm so happy. But I will see you tomorrow for more General Hospital, and I hope you enjoyed this little mini mass upload that I'm trying not to do anymore, but let's face it, I guess I'm doing them. Alright, I'll see you then. Alright, bye.